Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth. And I am here today because rumors are circulating right now that make me lose faith in humanity. Rumors that involve the defiled, deformed, and defunct franchise formerly known as Doctor Who. Now, I had heard some rumors about this situation previously centered around two big streaming entities, Netflix and Amazon. Seems these two streamers were circling the drowned corpse like sharks smelling blood, interested in providing funding for a third season, but there were some serious problems that I considered insurmountable at the time. Evidently, Amazon was willing to finance a third season, but only if Amazon then gained access to the entire Doctor Who collection to stream on Amazon. Of course, the BBC balked at this. Apparently, they already have a contract along those lines, I suspect with BritBox, and so that was a non-starter, thank God. And I say thank God because the last thing I want is putting a large shit-covered stick in Russell T Davis's hands and giving him another series of whacks at this poor, dead, shit-stained piñata we all once loved. Similarly, Netflix was rumored to be considering financing a third season, but under similar demands. You see, my friends, any streaming giant is going to realize there is zero value in the Doctor Who franchise moving forward. Giving him money to make more Doctor Who is like flushing it down the commode. The only value in Doctor Who lies in the past, before the dark times, before the woke choked all the life out of it. So these entities were willing to flush money down the toilet for a third season if it meant they could sink their claws into the good stuff we all love, the old series of Doctor Who. That was the rumor, folks. Well, now a different rumor has presented itself. This rumor not coming from my sources, but from a post on X by way of Philip Morris. And here's what this poster had to say, quote, Amazon is almost certainly the new streamer said to be sniffing around and getting RTD2 under the collar in their insistence that, were they to come on board Doctor Who, it would have to take itself a lot more seriously, something RTD2 is said to be against. And here is this post he's referencing. New report leak, BBC and RTD at odds with potential new Doctor Who partner. A leaker active on Gallifrey base and the Doctor Who leak Discord, who was previously accurate about the initial Disney Plus deal in 2022, claims that the BBC is currently in advanced talks with a potential new partner. God. This new partner is said to be on a similar scale to Disney, but the negotiations are reportedly more complex this time around. According to the source, the new partner is pushing for greater creative control following the underwhelming outcome of the Disney deal, believing that the show needs to take itself more seriously and shift its focus toward an older teenage audience, something akin to Stranger Things, based on how Doctor Who initially performed with that demographic on both Disney Plus and the BBC.
Are you shitting me, Jack? You gotta be shitting me. Who in their right mind would want to give RTD2 another crack at this shattered franchise after the last two seasons saw the ratings drop like a stone tied to a 16-ton weight?
One would hope the answer to that question is no one, Harvey Cthulhu, no one. And yet, these rumors seem to be in the air. Perhaps they're more along the lines of urban legends, horror stories about the sodomized corpse that wouldn't die, albino alligators in the sewers, or Rachel Zegler having talent. I couldn't say, but folks, the one thing about this rumor that absolutely blows my mind and turns my stomach is the notion that this schmucking clown, RTD2, could once again get a chance to piss all over Doctor Who once more. My God, these streaming services would be absolutely insane to allow him anywhere near another franchise after the ratings collapse that occurred on his watch. Consider, damn near each episode this last season hit a new record low for the franchise. One episode would have the worstest ratings ever in the history of the show. Then next week's ratings would drop even lower, setting a new low record. This is sheer madness. He is the last person on Earth that should be allowed back. Now, there are several glimmers of hope here, folks. One, this is just a rumor, albeit a persistent rumor, but there's at least a chance this is a load of hooey put out by Russell T Davies' cadre of clowns. The second glimmer of hope is, if this rumor is true, RTD is so incredibly and inappropriately arrogant given his utter failure, he actually would rather kill the deal than allow any other party to control or shape the content. My hope is that even if this rumor is true, Russell T Davies is so deluded and self-aggrandizing, he'll let the deal die before he'll let anyone wash his stink off of this show. The notion that anyone would consider allowing Russell T Davies to stay on another season leads me to ask the question, is for-profit business an obsolete notion? Is capitalism dead, killed behind our backs when we weren't looking? Because even after woke has been demonstrated decisively and persistently to go broke over and over and over again, shows that have bombed somehow keep rising from the dead, finding some idiot dupes willing to fund more of the toxic, idiotic slop, which gets renewed and goes on to fail yet again. Isn't doing the exact same damn thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, the very definition of insanity? And yet, somehow, it seems some streamer or other may be nosing around Doctor Who, wanting to give it another shot. How could this be? Are you mother schmuckers insane? This is an intervention, folks. This video is addressed to whatever streaming entity is considering resurrecting this oh so desperately wrecked franchise. I'm trying to help you, you understand? To quote Chinatown, I'm doing you a favor. Because of all the possible renewals out there, Doctor Who is by far the stupidest, especially if you involve Russell T Davies. But don't take my word for it. Here are a few comments on X from viewers for you to consider. Quote, the Mekon Venus. I think at this point, RTD really is the problem. And if Amazon are saying that, they are talking sense. Darren says, well, RTD needs to be completely off the project and have completely new blood, a proper writer's room, and also new people making it. None of the old lot at all. A complete activist-free refresh. Tony Cotterill says, after completely flushing away all the money Disney put up on Rusty's sex fantasies, any new backers surely wouldn't want this toad anywhere near this franchise in the future. Leave the building, better still, the country. And Dan Hadley says, although I've always said the smart money should be on Prime to take over, I don't believe a word of this. The timing, the wording, all way too on the nose. Also remember, RTD is a fan of Stranger Things. Last year, we were calling him on ripping it off several times. So there is a glimmer of hope in that last message. And so, any and all streamers out there thinking of renewing this show with Russell T Davies involved in it, consider the words of the iconic cow skull next to the proverbial poisoned watering hole in countless Warner Brothers and Popeye cartoons decades ago.
You'll be sorry.
From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, don't drink the poisoned water, listen to the cow skull, and stay angry. Ha 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 ha.